All right, so we got to talk about Cronos today. Everybody knows Cronos has been doing amazing numbers ever since the pump has been coming in. So we've been having really good bullish movement for all cryptos, and Cronos has been benefiting a lot from it. So we're going to talk about that today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor; none of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So as you can see right now, we're up 6.2% in the last 24 hours. And then you can see over here, last 14 days, 111%. The last 30 days, 131%. So Kronos has been doing, one of the biggest movements in all of crypto. So a lot of cryptos have been moving, but Kronos is doing extremely well. And I've been noticing a lot of the lower cap cryptos, they're not doing as well. Like a lot of the different cryptos that have been around for a while aren't doing good. Like the meme coins, like Doge on Mars, not doing too good right now. It's like at 100 million inside of market cap. And you just see a lot of these other cryptos, these meme coins that have been around for a while that haven't been doing much. And then you have some other coins that aren't necessarily meme coins, but they're like utility coins and developer coins, kind of like Optimism, that haven't been doing good as well either. I mean, Optimism's down 1% in the last 30 days. So Optimism has not benefited from this pump at all whatsoever. And there's a lot of these older coins that just aren't doing any numbers as well. One of those other coins would also be Litecoin. And you might be thinking, why am I talking about this? So you can see Litecoin, up only 19% in the last 30 days. So Litecoin really hasn't benefited from this pump either. Well, I'm really talking about this because the ones that are going up right now, they're probably going to be the biggest gainers inside of this bull run. And if you notice, Kronos being at 131% in 30 days, it's probably going to be one of the bigger gainers inside of this bull run. See, Kronos has kept that momentum and it's, been building that momentum up. Optimism, unfortunately, hasn't been building any momentum. Litecoin, no momentum. There's a lot of different coins as well that are just not having momentum that are around the same range as crypto.com or well, Kronos is because that's what they call it now. So there's a lot of different coins like this that aren't doing anything whatsoever. You would have thought that Stacks would be moving a lot because Bitcoin is moving a lot, and Stacks is built on Bitcoin. But for some reason, Stacks did not do anything inside of that same time period. So there's only certain coins that are doing really big numbers, and Kronos just happens to be one of those. Why? I couldn't tell you. Maybe because they have one of the biggest exchanges backing them, crypto.com. Crypto.com is being promoted by UFC and all these other different major companies. So maybe that's it. Or maybe it's because Kronos is also now partnered with Google Cloud. So yeah, Kronos, they've been doing a lot. They've been really moving inside of this crypto space and they've really been doing a lot of work, a lot of groundwork. So whatever it is, whatever's causing Kronos to be one of the largest gainers in crypto, hey, we need more of that. But what I will say is when you look at the market cap for Kronos right now, it's at 4.8 billion in market cap, 187 million inside trading volume. If you look at it at its peak, it was give or take around 22.7 billion market cap, 1.9 billion in trading volume. So Kronos still has a lot more room to grow. It has a lot more growth coming for it. So that's why I really want to talk about Kronos today. So looking at the prices here right now, it's currently at 8Z or not 8Z. I was thinking about Baby Doge, but Kronos is currently at 18 cents. So Kronos is doing fairly well with 18 cents. You can see here with the momentum wave band, it's kind of starting to broaden out here. You're starting to see that pump coming in. I think that we're going to have this pump coming up here soon to 25 cents because that's the next area for that Fibonacci tracement. If you are asking and wondering how did I come up with this, well, that's because I took it from the swing high all the way down to the low. So we took it from the high down to the swing low. So that is why it's important to do the Fibonacci. You always want to go either from the high to the low or from the low to the high if you're looking at it from a more short-term perspective, from a pullback perspective, really. And what I mean by that, if I were to take the Fibonacci and take it from this previous low here all the way up to the previous high, now we got good levels for us for support for when we pull back. Like right now, we went all the way up here to the top of that Fibonacci that I just now created. And then you can see when we pulled back here, we stopped at this one at 15 cents and then went up to the next at 17 cents. So going from the low to the high is really good for your pullbacks and tracking your pullbacks. And then when you go from the high all the way back down to the low, like the all-time high, all the way down to the swing all-time low, that is where you get your best growth from. That is where you find out where the coin is going next. So, where are we going next? Well, where we're actually going next here with Cronos, like I said, 25 cents. But what about once we pass that? Because with the chart price indicators, you see that the premium price point is considered around here, around 20 cents, 21 to 20 cents. We have premium prices. So that does mean that it is a little expensive right now, but it doesn't mean that it can't continue to grow. Now, I believe it could get up to 25 cents and then we'll have a pullback, because I also believe that Bitcoin is going to have a massive pullback once it does reach 100K, like 100 to 120K Bitcoin, because it it just has to pull back at this point. This is how crypto works. Bitcoin is at an extremely high level. But remember, last time it passed all-time highs back from when it was all the way back here in 2020, when it passed the 2017 highs. Look at how much higher it went. So the 2017 highs were give or take 18K. And then going from 2020 into 2021, it kept running all the way through 2021, all the way up to like 64K, 65K, right? It went all the way up to 66K plus, wherever, 64, 66K. But it went from there from 18K. So if you think about it, we can do 64K divided by 18K. That was a 3.55x from that previous all-time high. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because if you think about where the last all-time high was, 66K, and where we're going now. So let me just go ahead and scroll this in so we can get the exact. So I'm going to say 68K because I believe that was the last all-time high. I believe it was more so like 68K, not 67. But let's say 3.5x from 68K, right? 68,000 times 3.55. That's 241K. So if we reenact what we did in 2017 going into 2020, 2021, that would be 241K. Now, that's a little bit different because now the market cap is very high. Now, in order for it to double and for it to triple, it needs triple the market cap. So it needs triple the trillions, pretty much is what I'm saying. So do you really think that it could? Possibly it can, but I would say more than likely we would have doubled from the 60K rather than tripling. So 120K is what I'm saying here for Bitcoin. And reason why this is so important for Cronos is because everything's essentially going to follow the growth of Bitcoin. But once Bitcoin pulls back, that money then starts to flow into the altcoins. So once you see the Bitcoin pull back, you'll see everything else pull back just a little bit with it. And then once Bitcoin kind of levels out, and then you start to see the altcoins leveling out too, Bitcoin will maybe go up 1-2% every other day, while the altcoins are going to start shooting 5-10% per day. So then that's what's going to end up being able to drive Cronos up to like 38 cents at this Fibonacci, and then eventually up to about 49 cents at this Fibonacci. So that's a very, very, very important to know. And the all-time high for Cronos was 96 cents. So this bull run, if we're going, by what happened last time, maybe a good 3.55x, we could easily see like $3.55, like easily. So I think a $3 Chronos isn't too far fetched. So that is something that you definitely would want to think about. So in order to just kind of break this down here, all we got to really do is take our circulating supply, multiply that by $3.55. That would be a $96 billion market cap. Now, maybe it doesn't get that high. Maybe it does. Remember, Cronos has already gotten all the way up here to 22 billion. Now, this is a new bull run, so 96 billion isn't too far fetched. So I think that is a possibility for Cronos. So this is just kind of throwing numbers out there and looking at previous growth and what happened there. So remember what happened last time with Cronos, like went all the way down here from let's go look at the price actually instead of the market cap. But yeah, from 25 cents all the way up to 96 cents. So is it too far-fetched to think that it can go from 96 cents to $3? Not really, right? So that is a possibility for Chronos. Instead of looking at $3.55, we can just do it at $3. It'll be 81 billion market cap. So I think either way, this is definitely possible. So yeah, I think this bull run, $3, somewhere around $3. And it's funny because when we look at the Fibonacci from the previous all-time high, where does the high bring us for the Fibonacci? Well, it brings it near where we just now predicted, which is around $3. Anywhere from $3 to $3.55. The top of the Fibonacci is at $3.80. So a high $3 is looking like it's going to be where, Kronos is going to end up at the end of the bull market, right? So anywhere from $3 to $3.80, somewhere around there, Kronos has the potential to do that. So that is what I'm coming up with that. And if you want to know about where Bitcoin is going to be going, Bitcoin, on the other hand, is also going to be going to a pretty high price point as well. So this is the daily chart here for Bitcoin. You can see I took it all the way back here. I was like, look, I want to know where Bitcoin's going from its all-time low all the way up to its all-time high. And as you can see, the previous all-time high, we were right there with it. And now the other one is all the way up here. So I predicted that Bitcoin could quite possibly make it all the way up here to anywhere in the 200K areas. Like for this bull run, like 190K, at the very most, maybe 300K during this all-time high bull market. But it's not going to come without some, pullbacks. So my prediction here is that we go up to the next Fibonacci here, all the way up to about 120K. And then we have a massive pullback that brings us all the way back down to about 70K. So that is a huge possibility here. And maybe people think that it's a catastrophic crash, bringing us down to like 50, or I mean like 60K and high 50Ks. And people think, oh no, this is when we're all selling. They're all going to be selling. That's when you can buy very, 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 very cheap. But is it really going to go back down to like 58K, 60K? I don't think so, but it's always a possibility. But yeah, that pullback from 120K is going to bring us down to that next Fibonacci and that next area where we had massive resistance. We had massive resistance back here around 73K. So somewhere around 73, 70K, that is where the pullback is going to end up bringing us, because that's where we had massive resistance for Bitcoin for the longest time. So it's not far-fetched to think once we completely peak out here for Bitcoin and we have huge gains, that we can just pull all the way back down here to 73K. A lot of people don't think that's going to happen, but I truly believe that's going to happen. And that's very, very important for everyone to know, because even when it comes to Kronos, you also got to think, well, where's Kronos going to pull back once that happens, right? Where's Kronos going to pull back? Maybe Kronos is going to keep going and is going to blow past maybe 25 cents, possibly get up to 39 cents, get rejected at 40 cents. But where will it pull back once all that happens and once it's all said and done? Well, it could either pull back down here to 26 cents, but it will probably pull lower if Bitcoin goes from 120K to 70K or to 60K. Then you could quite possibly see Kronos pull back all the way back down to the 20 cents areas, possibly even lower. But then that's when altcoin season kicks back in. So it's a minor pullback, a minor setback for a major comeback. And then that's when the altcoin season is really going to take off. So we have one more major pullback, in my personal opinion, for all of crypto. After everything peaks out, it's going to hit a peak and then it's going to pull back hard, and then it's going to go right back up even harder than what it did before. So yeah, get ready for that. That's what I believe is going to happen. But anyways, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. If you like the video, though, definitely hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the link in the description for the Chart Prime automated trading indicators. Best in the game. They tell you exactly where the bottom is for the discounts, where the tops are for the premium prices, and it tells you where the equilibrium price is, where it's kind of just even. So you definitely want to check out the link in the description for Chart Prime, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with another video.